was little, I have been fascinated with stories about fairies. Fantasy in general has always intrigued me, but to my mind, fairies, elves, giants, and other magical beings were always the most extraordinary. I loved learning about the made-up worlds in which these creatures lived, and about their magical powers. One of my favorite books about fairies is called Fairies' Tales, and it's written by Brian and Wendy Froud. The book consists of a collection of stories, monologues, and poems told from the perspective of imaginary citizens of a fairy kingdom. Some of the fairies, like Tinkerbell and Oberon, are based in other stories. Others are completely new characters with new tales. The monologue I'm going to read is called The King's Knight, and it tells the story of a fairy warrior and her experiences with humans. The King's Knight by Brian and Wendy Froud. I am a warrior. I have seen battle and conflict. I have seen armies fall and tyrants felled. I have helped when and where I could, walking among mortal soldiers, giving my strength and aid as I chose, or as my king had chosen. I am the King's Knight, and I am a woman of fairy. Mortals do not often believe that we creatures of fairy interfere in their doings, their arguments and altercations, but they are wrong. We do indeed take an interest, take sides, choose our heroes and our villains from among the fighting men. Most often, we are on the side of the angels, those tireless individuals who look after human needs everywhere. But angels do not take sides. They can see all things at all times, and their hand is only felt where they choose to touch with compassion. And always, that touch comes to one man, one woman, or a small group of individuals at a time. Those touched by an angel can touch others near them, and that is the way that angels protect, by spreading compassion. I am different. Compassion is not in my nature. I do not see farther than my king allows. One battle, one soldier at a time. If I protect one man, I protect only one man, and that man does not share my touch among his comrades. I can grasp an arrow from the air, a hair's breadth before it pierces a heart. I can stop rifle and cannon, spear, sword, and lance. It is my pleasure to see that no harm comes to the one I have chosen to protect. They do not see me, those I protect. They may sense they are not alone, but they do not know what I am. I do not love the human men I choose. They are weak. They want to live, but they do not understand life. They, who live for such a short span of years in the best of times, do not comprehend how brief a time it really is. 80 summers seen and they feel blessed, a long life. Let them live for 500 years and then ask them if their life is long enough. It will not be. I watch them live out their span, these few I have protected, saved from being cannon fodder. I do not take them into the fairy realm. It is not my place to do so. I must be content to protect within the mortal world. 500 years and I am still young. I am as you see me, armored, brave, and wounded. Only love can wound. Only lost love can wound to the heart. I have loved. In all of those years, I have loved but once. My boy. I called him only my boy, and I watched over him. I do not know why this one moved me in such a way. I have no explanation for it. I longed for his awareness of me. Sometimes I would lie next to him, with my face so close to his I could feel his breath on my cheek. Such strange battle dress he wore. No armor, just cloth. Dull colors that did not shout of victory. Dull weapons that did not gleam in the sunlight and flash terror at the enemy. I followed him into battle. I have walked many battlefields, in many countries, in many times, but I have never seen a battle such as this. The soldiers fought from holes in the ground, trenches they called them. They died in their thousands, mown down in their thousands of thousands. I fought, and I tried, and I could not stop the bullets. I could not stop the shells and the bombs that rained down from an impossible distance. But most of all, I could not stop the clouds of gas that drifted through those trenches like an invisible evil. It was so new. It was like nothing I had ever seen before, and I could not stop it. He died there, my boy. He died with my arms around him and his face so close to mine that I felt his last breath brush my cheek. As he died, I died too. Not a human death, for I am immortal, but a death of the heart. In those bloody, mud-filled trenches, my heart died. I am still my king's knight. I know I must return to my duty soon. 100 of your years I have mourned, and now it is time. I shall carry my wound with me. I shall go into battle again and choose just one to protect. But I shall not love again. I have heard that humans called it the Great War, the war to end all wars. I hope it was. Surely humans have learned that even in war, there are some weapons too terrible to use. Surely they have learned by now. Surely they cannot be that foolish.